Okay, there's always like this weird like spinning wheel. I never know when I'm actually live. I'm probably live right now, but I can't tell. Okay, it says there we're redirecting now. So I think we are officially live now. Okay, cool. Hey guys, I'm super excited to be on with you guys today, and I have a really awesome guest with me, Val, and we want to talk to you guys about something pretty awesome. And I'm not sure about you guys, but if you're like me, sometimes I run across these ideas where I'm like, wow, that's super simple and really easy to understand, but also totally mind blowing at the same time. And that was pretty much like Val and I meeting for the first time. So this happened last week when I learned about Val's Facebook group that she runs and some of the amazing ideas that she has. And this simple, easy strategy that we're going to talk to you guys about today, anybody can use from any market, and you can utilize it in a lot of different ways for your customers as well. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same struggles that Val and I have, which are it's really hard to get people to RSVP for follow-ups, right? Wellness consults, follow-ups, whatever you guys want to call them. It's like pulling teeth to try to get people to meet back up with you, or, get on a phone call or get on Zoom. People's schedules are crazy. It's hard to coordinate. I feel like that's a struggle that almost all of us have, right? The other common struggles are we have tons of customers on our team that aren't ordering, and we try to run these reactivation campaigns with them. Nobody's engaged. They haven't ordered for months, and it's just really hard to connect back with them, right? They usually wind up falling off, getting deleted, whatever it might be. And then, another thing that a lot of us, I think, are kind of trying to enter into at this point is it's really hard to deny that technology is everywhere. So online building is becoming, more and more present, I think, in all of our lives, whether you consider yourself an online builder or not. We're having to get more tech savvy with how we are looking for new customers and talking about our business and the oils and how they can help people. And that's a struggle for a lot of us, even me. I know you guys think that I'm like a tech genius, but I'm not. And I struggle a lot with how can I engage people? How can I get more people to comment on my stuff so that I can reach them, right? So these are real common struggles, right? Lack of LRP because we didn't get them to RSVP to the follow-up, lack of engaged customers, people aren't ordering anymore. And how do I acquire new customers? Through different avenues like social media, okay? So what Val and I are gonna talk to you guys about today is a way that you can really impact all these areas of your business through one simple idea. And I don't wanna steal Val's thunder, so I'm gonna throw it over to her so she can kind of walk you guys through how she came up with this. And then I'll give you guys just some of my tips and feedback too, because through the last 48 hours, I've been using some of Val's strategy. It's been working amazing for me. And I'll show you guys kind of some things that I had come across in the last couple of days as well. So without further ado, Val, it's over to you.
Okay, sounds good. So thank you. Super excited that you are as excited as I am about this, because I think it really is such a simple idea, but it can be such a game changer for people's business. So like Mandi said, I was having all of those issues with landing a follow-up or sitting down with somebody. And I think it's hard because you're trying to build online. A lot of these people don't live close to you. So, schedules and all of these different things. So what I was previously doing was mailing or emailing the live guide to everybody. And as much as I love doTERRA's live guide, I just wasn't seeing a return on that. I was having them fill out the page in the back, asking them to send it back to me. And it was just it was a whole process just to get this page, like scanning, filling it out, scanning it back, all of these different things. So I thought there has to be an easier way, because I wasn't getting it back. And the idea of a survey came into my head. And it is so simple, and you don't have to be good at technology to set it up. and it's quick for you and for your customer. And that's what I wanted more than anything, was something that was easy for them to use, because overcomplicating it is going to make, you're going to lose the follow-up if it's too complicated. So basically, a survey is something that you can use, or quiz, or whatever you want to call it, a questionnaire, whatever you'd like to call it. Is something you can use to gather their information, gather their top health concerns. They will type in different things, figure out the things they're buying outside of doTERRA, different things like that, that you can turn into their wellness consult. So this can be used in so many settings. And it's kind of blown my mind even to hear some of the ideas that people have came up with in my group that I haven't even thought of. So you can use this to target new enrollments. You can get their information, target new enrollments. You can use this to re-engage old customers, maybe people you never did a wellness consult with that you would like to touch base with again. You can use this to support people that you just enrolled that you want to introduce to LRP. You can use this at a vendor event. You can use this as an ad on Facebook. You can post the link on your Instagram. It really just kind of has an endless amount of possibilities. And Mandy, I know you used it yesterday in a way that I haven't tried yet, was with a live video. And I know you're going to talk about that in a little bit, but that works for you. So what's really cool about using a survey link is that it's able to be shared on every platform. So you can send this in a text. You can send this in an email. You can send it on Facebook Messenger. You can send it, you can post it on your Facebook. You can post it on your Instagram. You can post it on Pinterest if you want to. It just has an endless amount of uses, and it's so duplicatable because you're using that same link over and over and over again. And it saves all of your people's information in one place for you, and it's totally free. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so there's probably a ton of different places that you can make the survey. I use SurveyMonkey. I know that Google Docs also has a survey. I have not done the Google one yet, but what I liked about SurveyMonkey was the fact that there was an app that I could set a notification on. So when somebody filled out my survey, I got a notification on my phone that told me I had a new one to look at. So I liked that. That way I didn't forget about checking it. It was also free. Super easy to build the survey, probably took me 10 minutes is all. And it had a lot of different question types. So the reason this works, I think, so well is, one, it's super quick. The survey will actually give you statistics on time to take it. Mine is 10 questions. The average time it takes to take the survey is 3 minutes. I think that's pretty awesome, knowing that you can tell somebody, hey, if you take this survey, it's only going to take you 3 minutes. I'm going to come up with a custom roadmap to your essential oil needs. And that takes all of the hard work out of it for your customer, and it shouldn't be hard work to begin with. It's all about them. So people love to talk about themselves. They love to talk about their problems, and it is really serving them well if you do talk about all about them. So they're going to put in all of their info. They're going to check boxes for everything that they need support in. They're going to type out a few other things, and it's all about them. It develops a really good relationship with you and your customer right from the beginning. That way, you know, like, this is what their goals are, and you can look back at that information later too. I love that it saves it in one place, and just the ease for you to be able to do this on the go. You know, if your customer lives far away, that's totally fine. And what I do love about it is, even if you can't nail down somebody on the phone or in person, which still try to do that, but even if you can't nail them down, you still have something that you can send them that tells them exactly what they need to do. So it's still giving them that excellent service, even if you can't get together with them. So I think what the biggest change for people is that when you're doing the consult, a lot of times you're just talking to them. There's not anything written down. So much of that is going to go right over top of their heads. They're going to hear a percentage of it, and they're going to forget the rest. And that's just the reality of trying to teach people things when they don't know anything about oils yet. And I remember this happening to me, looking up things a million times before it would really stick. So having something printed is going to get them using their oils faster. It also develops that great relationship. It looks really professional, and you have a better idea of what type of customer they're going to be. So this also helps things like knowing where to place them and things like that. Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is try to share my screen and show you guys my survey just really quickly. All right, I hope this works. Mandy, you'll have to tell me if this is working.
Okay, let me see.
Safari.
Let me actually pull it up on I'll pull up our live on my phone so I can see what we got on here.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So I named mine Essential Oil Consult. If I go to my SurveyMonkey homepage, I have like 6 of them in there because I played with this for a while and I've used some different ones, but this is the one that I'm using right now. So I have a Facebook group that goes more into detail, but I just want to show you guys kind of the top stuff. One thing you want to be sure to ask them is what their name is. This is something that I learned from doing it the wrong way. I did not have that on my first survey, and I got a few responses and I had no idea who it was from.
So guys, just so we can recap real quick before Val goes into this, because I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So although there are multiple different ways you can utilize these surveys, and we'll get a little bit more into that specifically, and one of the most important ways I think is for that customer follow-up. Okay, so yeah. Sally Sue enrolls with you. You had a class this weekend. Sally Sue enrolls with you 24 to 48 hours after she enrolls. You say, hey, Sally Sue, I'm so excited that oil kit is on its way to you. If you can fill out this quick survey for me, I'm going to send you a customized wellness consult so that you can print this out and have it ready to go when your oil box arrives at your house, right? So she can fill this out for you. Again, super quick, 10 minutes or less it's going to take her to fill this out, right? Based on the answers that she gives you in this, you come up with a protocol on how she's going to use her oils. She's going to tell you things in this survey like what her health concerns are, what she's interested in, blah, 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 right? You can just put this all in a Word document. You can put it in a PDF. It totally depends on how fancy you want to be, right? If you're super techie and you like graphics and you want to create something amazing for her, do that. If you're like, nah, girl, I don't even know what you're talking about right now, pull up a Word doc and just type it out, right? In the morning, Sally Sue's going to do this. In the afternoon, Sally Sue's going to do that. In the evening, Sally Sue's going to do this, okay? And we're just going to tell her step by step how to use her stuff, okay? You don't have to coordinate schedules. She doesn't have to meet you on Zoom. She doesn't have to meet you for coffee. She can fill this out at 2 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. You can do this at 2 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. We're not coordinating any schedules. That's the simplicity and ease of this. And it takes her less than 10 minutes to give you this info. You come up with the protocol, you send it to her, and now she has very specific directions from you on how she's going to utilize her new kit to impact the health concerns that she's about to tell you about. Okay. Sorry, Val, go ahead.
Nope, that was great. Okay, so yeah, so this is the survey that I'm working off of. So it's real basic stuff. What their name is, top health concerns. You want to make it so they can check multiple boxes. I ask anything else. Sometimes people will put in really specific things. A lot of times they'll leave it blank. Some other things like what else could they do to improve things? Exercise, sleep, diet changes. Ask if they've tried oils before. I think that's a big one. And then I've added this question. I didn't have it here first, but what are some of the other products they already purchased, like vitamins, lotion, toothpaste? You can really, really end up recommending a lot of things for LRP if you get that type of information. I even asked this, do those places have a rebate program? I'm really trying to go with the LRP for this, if you can't tell. Anything else I should know? I had somebody fill this in once. They said, I have a newborn at home. I've had people put in, I have cats and dogs, just so you can kind of talk about those things. I did put in, when is the best time to review this? Most of the time, I send it to them. I communicate via text or email, messenger, and I don't end up following up like on the phone, but I do like to get that in case it is something more complicated that I want to talk on the phone about. And then email or phone number. A lot of different ways you could set up your survey. This is just mine. Let me flip it back here. And I have all of this in my group too, if anybody needs to see it more, for longer. All right. Okay.
So guys, the other thing that I want to make sure we're wrapping our brains around that was really critical in Val's survey is the spot where she says, which of these products do you already purchase, right? On mine, I think I said, check below which items you purchase monthly or frequently, right? And then you have all these check boxes of all this stuff. We need to think about LRP differently, you guys. I think so many of us think when we are asking for LRP, we're asking for people to spend more. We are not, okay? People are buying these things already. Their budget has already been made, right? They already have a budget for toothpaste and Tide, laundry detergent, and their vitamins and all the stuff they're already buying. We don't know which of those things they're buying, but they already have that budget set aside. So I'm not asking, do you have extra money to buy these things? I'm saying, tell me which ones you already buy. I guarantee you don't get 30% back on those things, right? They're going to tell you that they don't in the survey. So then when you do that follow up and you send that back, you know, that gives you an entryway to already talk about LRP without it being awkward and without you feeling like you're trying to make another sale, right? It's like, oh, hey, I saw in your survey that you're already really frequently purchasing X, Y, and Z. Did you know doTERRA has healthy, natural, non-toxic options of those exact same products? And you can actually earn money back, cash back, right? Points back for purchasing those through doTERRA instead of at Target or instead of at Walmart or instead of on Amazon or whatever it might be, right? Amazon's not giving you $30 back for every 100 you're spending, and neither is Target or Walmart. So I guarantee you the return back on purchase is going to be way better from doTERRA than anywhere else I've ever seen. I don't know anywhere else that I can buy toothpaste and get 30% back. I'm just saying, right? So we need to shift our mindset around LRP from, oh, I feel bad. They just bought a kit from me. Now I'm asking them to spend more money. We're not asking them to spend more money, guys. We're asking them to allocate their budget differently and in a smarter way. We're actually saving them money in the long run by showing them that they can get more back if they reinvest that money into doTERRA instead of back to Target or Walmart, right? So this gives you a really easy way to bring that up because it's something they're already filling out and information they're already giving you in the survey from Val, right? And I've seen a couple of people who are asking, where can we get these questions? Where can we get access to the survey? So Val has a group where she has recorded amazing tutorials and step-by-step instructions for you on how to set this up, okay? It's a free group. You don't have to pay for her help. She's giving you guys all this help for free. So we'll link that for you guys in the comments. You can join her group and she'll show you exactly how to set them up. I chose to set mine up through Google. And I like the fact that I can have mine set up in my Google Drive. I have it as a quick little survey. My questions are very similar, right? First and last name, how to contact them. Have they used oils before? If yes, how did they use them? What are your primary health concerns? What other lifestyle changes from below do you feel like could support you? Which products do you purchase monthly or frequently? When you purchase these items, do you get cash back? Would you be interested in replacing these items with safe, natural, non-toxic ones? Are there any other topics from below you're interested in learning more about, right? And so those topics I put in there: children's health, women's health, metabolism and weight loss, detoxing and cleansing, green cleaning. You guys know what I'm gonna send them if they check yes to one of these? A Lisa Zimmer handout. If you guys are into Lisa Zimmer and you have a bunch of her make and takes and handouts, somebody tells you they wanna learn more about children's health or intimacy and romance, you screenshot your Lisa Zimmer handout and you send it to your new customer, right? And then always wrapping up with anything else that that customer wants to tell you about their health goals, okay? So this is such an amazing, easy way to capture this information. Whether you do this on SurveyMonkey or another survey site, whether you do this through Google, you have an area where all your responses are captured for you. And the great thing about that is you have all the email addresses, all the names, all the information of the people who have responded to you. So you can send out a mass email if you wanted to target all those people, or however you want to utilize that information. And remember, specifically right now, we've just talked about a new customer who's enrolled that we're following up with. But I want you guys to think about all the different other possibilities this has, right? We talked in the beginning about re-engaging existing customers who haven't ordered. So what if I called or text my existing customers, Sally Sue? I know I see my friend Alicia's making fun of me. All my customers are Sally Sue. Yeah, all my customers are Sally Sue. So Sally Sue's on my team. She hasn't ordered in 6 or 8 months, and I want to reach out to her, right? So I say, hey, Sally Sue, how you doing? I'm reaching out to some of my customers. So I want to make sure that they're getting the most out of their doTERRA account. If you fill out this quick survey for me, I'll send you a week's worth of free samples to try. So Sally Sue is going to fill out a survey. It's probably going to be really similar to the one we just went over, but slightly different because I know she's already a customer, right? I might add questions in there like, do you have any oils or products that you don't know how to use, right? What are your health concerns? What are your top priorities? Blah, blah, blah. I'm still going to ask all those questions. Then when I get her response, I'm going to make her a protocol, just like my other customers, right? Here's what you should do. Here's the oils and products you should use. And then I'm going to send her some samples in the mail to try to re-engage her, right? So I'm offering her something free. I'm offering her some free samples, some free little oils to try. And I'm also gathering information about my inactive customer and what concerns she currently has, right? What health issues she's currently dealing with. And again, you can choose whatever kind of questions you think would be helpful in re-engaging that person, right? Or whatever kind of scripting that you want to use when you reach out to that person. But as you guys can see, the idea or the main idea that Val and I are talking, to you guys about here, this idea of a survey, the possibilities are endless. Yesterday, I did a live video on my public page, my main like Mandi Johnson page, not in a group or anything like that. And I basically taught kind of like an intro class. And then I said, hey, if you're interested in learning what oils you need, take my free essential oil quiz, right? People love quizzes. Everybody loves stuff like that. And the questions were really similar. What health concerns do you have? Blah, 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 all these other things. And then when people responded, I reached out and said, hey, based on your responses, most of the oils that you need are in our introductory kit. Woohoo, because the oils that everybody's going to need are going to be in the introductory kit, right? Because if we're reaching out to people who are not enrolled, we always want to gear them toward a kit. So they're going to say things like they have digestive issues, sleep issues, blah, blah, all this stuff. Well, we know there's oils in the enrollment kits that can help them, right? So I use this to gather their information. Now I have their name, their phone number, their email address. I know what their health concerns are. And even if they don't enroll with me right then, I now have the ability to drip information to them when I want. Let's say that next month doTERRA runs an enrollment promo. I can go and copy and paste all my emails from that quiz into a new email, and I can go and email all those customers. Hey, I know that you guys have been interested in essential oils at some point. This month we're running a fantastic enrollment promo, blah, 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 right? Now I have all that captured information saved for me in a really easy place to access it. So the different ways you can utilize this are totally unending. My brain, when I was talking to Val, I was like, hold on, Val, we got to stop talking for a second. I have to let my brain just like process how amazing all of this is for like 2.5 seconds. And she's like, oh, it's okay. She's like, that I went through the same
I've gone through it all. No, I feel like I'm still like, I've been doing this for probably, I don't know, 5 months, just me. And then, 2 months in, I told my team about it, and then I kept telling more people about it. And it's still like, to this day, I'm thinking of different ways I can use it and how I like the other day, I'm like, I'm going to try to do a sample event with it and actually sample people smart instead of just sending everybody the same stuff. Like, I'm going to send them some samples that they can actually use. Yeah, totally agree. I think it's really, really endless. So do you want me to go into then when they get the survey results, what to do next?
Yes, but you know what I just thought of? I want you to share that testimonial that you got from that customer. Remember the one that you shared with me?
Yeah, okay. So this lady is already enrolled. Let me find it. I'm She was Facebook message. So she's an older lady. She's been a customer for 2 years. She is on LRP. She's a great customer, but she filled it out anyways. Just kind of, I think, wanting to, she's got a lot of health concerns. So let me see. She said, Val, I read through the consult. I think it's great. I practiced several of the recommendations. The consult is laid out beautifully. I'm a structured person. Having this laid out like this is a plus for me. I hope you offer this consult to all your newbies. That was great feedback. And I think offering it to the new people right from the beginning, I don't care if you just started your doTERRA business yesterday, this is the right way to follow up with people. Like, this is going to get you off on the right track for LRP, and just having a good relationship with your customers too, which is important.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead.
So next I'm going to have Val show you guys a little bit about what she's sending back once she collects this information from people, right? So we know there's multiple different ways you can utilize the surveys, different types of customers we can target with different types of questions, but specifically one of the most important ways we think, Val and I both think, is for that initial follow-up, right? So brand new customer, just got their kit, we need to follow up with them, get them on LRP and make sure they know how to use their products. So you know, I know that that was going to be the next question from everyone. So like, what exactly do I send them? And again, this can be whatever you guys want. It can be a typed up Word document. It can be a pretty PDF, but Val has really kind of like hit it on the head with some pre-made templates that she has. And again, if this is too complex for you and you're like, I don't know that I can do that, I totally get that. Everyone's at a different place with their technical capabilities. But Val has a free template that you can download when you get in her group. And she has some really nicely laid out, kind of like more decorative looking ones that are really cheap. So if you want to purchase a more structured, pretty looking, handout from her, you can. And you can do your consults on there and then send them back. Again, you don't need to, right? So if you want to do your own, you want to do a Word doc, whatever. And again, she also has a free template in there that you can use. But yeah, Val, please show us kind of what it looks like and what you send back.
All right, I'm going to screen share here in a sec. So for anybody who isn't confident in their ability to make recommendations, I want to just make one little tap on that. Get a book, whether it be the Essential Life book, Oil Magic, Modern Essentials, whatever it might be. So if you're pretty new and somebody says, sleep's their main issue, and you don't, lavender's great, but maybe you want to put more than just lavender on there, just grab your book and look it up, and it's going to actually really help you get familiar with all of the different oils and get your verbiage more comfortable as well. But so you're going to be learning with them, but the beauty of this is you're not doing it on the spot in front of them. You're doing this at home, so you can take your time to make the consult even if you're not confident in your ability to make these protocols. Just grab your book. All right, so I'm going to screen share again. I have a Mac, so I do most of my PDF editing on either my iPad or my MacBook. So this is not my free one, but the structure of them is all the same. It's just really what they look like. So if you want something pretty, there's pretty ones. If you want the free one, that one's fine too. It's color. It looks good too. So all right, so they have a cover page. The first thing I like to put, now, even if this person is already enrolled, they just enrolled, I'm going to put this on there for everybody, how to use oils. This is locked into every template. So the parts that we have to fill in is top concerns. So this is actually she's a friend of mine, so my verbiage might be different than what I would have used for somebody else, but you do have to kind of know your customer. So she put on her survey muscle and joint, weight loss. She has a son in football, so she wanted to sterilize his equipment that can't be washed. And then she is a physical therapist, so she wanted to know post-op inflammatory support stuff. So she's already enrolled. Then what I'm going to do is break it down. So the plan, I do 3 months of the plan for already enrolled customers. This is going to support 3 months of LRP. For her, wanting weight loss and what else? Weight loss, muscle and joint support, I put lifelong vitality on here. Now, this is just my personal thing. You guys recommend whatever you like. I like people to do one of each in the mornings. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff on here. I literally called this recipe stank spray.
Oh my
So
gosh. I was laughing when you just pulled this up. I was like laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my God, she just called it stank spray.
yeah, but see, that's the beauty of this is like, if you call something, great, put it in there. This is whatever you want to call it. And then on the template, every template, it has at the bottom products to order. So this is really important. I think it takes the guesswork out. And then I'm doing the same thing. So a lot of this is going to be repetitive. So in the morning, she's still taking her LLV. I put in here a post-op pain roller recipe. I tell her what to do at lunch. Now we talked about the alternative products. Ditch and switch. That's what I will call it. Oops. Hold on. So I put in here, try the doTERRA shampoo and conditioner. That really does not require an explanation. People know how to wash their hair. So that's the beauty of some of these alternative products. And then I tell her what to do before bed. So same thing, tell her what to order. What does she need? And then month 3, gonna be the same stuff. Some different stuff. I tell her toothpaste, mouthwash, deodorant. Now, this is on every of my templates as well, even the free one, or you make your own and put something on here about why they should order LRP. So it talks about some of the main bullet points of LRP, some of the big perks about it, and then I like this. Can you think of another company that gives you 30% back and free shipping? I hope people actually read that because I can't think of another company that does that. So if you are making your own, definitely highlight the perks of LRP in it. Let me flip back. I don't have this one on my computer, but I want to show one for a person that was not enrolled, just what the difference is.
So you guys, those products, the additional products that Val's recommending every month are one of two things. Either A, based on their health concerns, we're continuing to build their collection of items that can address their health concerns, right? Or B, they're products that they already told Val that they're buying in their survey that they're interested in swapping out, right? So maybe the shampoo and conditioner was one of the things that this person had selected that she buys monthly from a grocery store, right? So that's why Val had recommended for her to do that as a ditch and switch, as a swap out for one of her products, right? So if you're like, wait, what am I supposed to be recommending them to buy? It's either going to be other oils and products that are not in their enrollment kit that can support with the health concerns that they told you are their number one, or they're going to be products that you know they're already interested in replacing.
And if that person was somebody who just enrolled a few days ago and I just sent it to her, that first month is going to be off of her kit. So if she says, I have sinus congestion, I'm going to tell her how to use her Breathe and how to use her peppermint or whatever it might be. And then the following month, the month 2, is when I'm going to start diving into the LRP stuff. So if somebody's not enrolled, I think it's important to not overwhelm them. And if they're not enrolled, I hate to see you guys spend a lot of time sending them something that might not have any return. I have a shorter template than I send to not enrolled people. A lot of it is the same. So cover page, how to use oils. This completely different stuff, but muscle and joint, digestive, energy. She put on here psoriasis. I have one page of the plan. And on the recommended products, if you are sending this as a PDF, I don't know how it works in Word, but you can actually make a clickable link in a PDF. So you can literally put the link to your link generator site that will take them to order the Family Essentials Kit from your website. They can just click it on their computer screen and order that if they want to. Last page is a little bit different. It is why doTERRA instead of why LRP. Talks about some of the things that doTERRA does different and benefits of becoming a customer. Now let's hope and pray that this person enrolls with your recommendation. When they do, what you can do is when you follow up with them, send them, I have a matching one, send them something that tells them what to do next. So then you're going to send them the plan month 2. You're going to send them the plan month 3, and then the YLRP. And even if you're sending them the whole thing again, you can literally copy and paste what you had sent on the first one into the first month so they know it kind of flows then. You have a great system of follow-up already in place. And it works. It just works. It's easy for people. It's easy for you. They don't have to fill out another survey. You can just know what to do next without having to really gather a ton of information from them. And that follow-up even is great. Then they've already enrolled with your recommendations. You can say, hey, how's that breathe working for your sinuses? How's digestion working for your heartburn, whatever it might be. And you can really just continue the conversation, have a good relationship with your customer.
I love that too, because I think that's something that we all struggle with. And this actually plays into so many other business issues that I think a lot of us don't realize why we have them. So you guys know that I'm like a placements guru, apparently. I don't know, according to you guys told me I was. I didn't think I was, but so a lot of times I hear from you guys on calls, I don't have real builders. Nobody wants to host classes. I can't get classes on the books. You cannot get classes on the books because you don't have good relationships with your customers. They don't trust you. They think that you are salesy when you're reaching out for classes and asking them to do things, and you've never really done anything for them. So they don't feel obligated to do anything back for you. Think about the difference in the conversations you could have with your team if you knew this much about them, right? Like Val said, how much better would it be to send somebody a message that says, how is your eczema? How is your heartburn? How is your allergies? Instead of, oh, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Just wanted to see how you're doing with your oils, right?
That is so awkward.
So awkward and so
Everyone
impersonal.
does it. Yes.
It's so impersonal. But when you are connecting back to things they've already told you, how's your daughter's sleep? How's your husband's footwork? Whatever it might be, right? They feel like you really care about them and that you remember what their issues and concerns were. And they feel connected to you, like you intimately care about them as a person, right? And then when you do need to host some classes and you feel like your team's dying out and you want to reach out, when you reach out to Sally Sue, because you know her name's Sally Sue, when you reach out to her, she's going to be way more likely to be like, oh yeah, I can totally get a class together for you because you care about me and you followed up with me and you remember what my concerns are and you care about my baby that doesn't sleep and my husband's weird foot and whatever, right? So this protocol or this process is going to help so many different aspects of your business. LRP, customer retention, customer relations, the ability of people to want to host classes and help you out, right? Not only that, but this structured, easy to follow way of following up with people is also really duplicatable. So if you do have somebody that wants to start sharing or building on your team, you show them how to make a survey, show them how to fill out a PDF, and they can do the exact same thing that you do. And if you are like a doTERRA tool lover and you're just like, I'm not understanding, you're telling me not to use the Live Guide. If you guys want to use the Live Guide, you could totally use that too, right? The Live Guide has in there for you morning, afternoon, evening. If you want to fill out that page on the Live Guide instead, you can totally do that and just snap a picture on your phone and you text that to them, right? So we are never reinventing the wheel. Obviously, doTERRA realized that this needed to be part of the follow-up process. That's why it's in the Live Guide. What we're reinventing is how to increase the odds exponentially of you actually getting a response back, right? And making it the easiest way possible for the customer. We all know people are not showing up to wellness consults. They're just not. It's like pulling teeth to get them to show up. So how can we get them the critical information that they need, learn more about them, and be able to help them maximize their account and their oils without, sitting here and going back and forth for 15 minutes about how we're going to coordinate our schedules to meet on Zoom or meet at the local coffee shop, or you enrolled somebody across the country and you're not going to be able to meet up with them. So how do you do that, right? This is the answer for so many of the problems.
Yes, love it. Okay, I feel like you said something and I had a thought in my brain and now I've lost it. Yeah.
The Live Guide? Was it about Live Guide?
Yes, Live Guide. So that's the thing is I love the lip guide. I think the lip guide's great. I think you can even still send them the lip guide if you want to, because it has so much information in the front of it. But I think just the reality of actually getting that piece of paper filled out and sent back to you is slim. Like, everybody's on their phones now. Everybody's like, even if you're 70 years old, my grandma has Facebook. I mean, she could click this survey. It's so much quicker. It's so much simpler. And if you love the lip guide, just know that you can ask the exact same questions on your survey that are in the lip guide. And that's how I created my first one. I added a few things to it since then, but that's where I started. I literally sat on my laptop with my lip guide next to me on page like 17 or whatever it is. And I based it all around the lip guide. So we are still very much staying within the doTERRA way. We're just doing it a little bit more tech savvy, I guess, and it's quicker and easier for everybody. So
tech savvy, but also really simple. For those of you guys that are like, I'm not tech savvy, Mandy, I'm not going to be able to do this. You're totally going to be able to do this. You can create a survey in SurveyMonkey or on Google surveys in seriously less than 10 minutes, guys. It's so easy. It literally, you click to make it and it says like, type your question here, right? You type out your question and then you select what type of question do you want it to be. Is it a multiple choice where they have to select only one bubble? Is it checkboxes where they can select multiple? Is it a short answer where you want them to type in something for you? It's so simple and easy to make these. I try not to tell you guys about things, tools, resources, whatever, that I don't think are going to actually be beneficial for your business, right? Or easy for you to figure out. If this was something really complex, I wouldn't be so excited about it and I wouldn't have Val on here to talk to you guys about it, but it really is that simple. I'm just gonna go through the comments real quick and see if we have any questions in here from anybody. Millennials love taking quizzes. Yeah, absolutely. Meredith said that. Yeah, and they also are super socially awkward and hate leaving their houses, right? So good luck trying to get a millennial to a wellness consult. Mary says, can you print it? You can't print the quiz, Mary, but you can print the consult that you send back to them.
And I tell everyone to print it if they're able to, because I feel like they're most likely to use it if it's actually printed. But beauty of that is then it's also on their phone or their computer too. So yeah.
Lori says, please share your questions. So if you want access to the questions that Val asks on her quiz or survey or whatever you want to call it, you can get in her group and we will share the link to her group here with you guys in the comments when we hop off. How do we get access to the surveys? Leslie, you can access the examples of the survey in her group. Again, we'll put that link here and I'll actually link my surveys that I made for you guys as well if you want to take a look at mine too.
I do too on my group. I have a Google Drive that I made that is literally step by step, like here's how you make the survey. Here's how you send the survey. Here's how you make your PDF. Here's how you edit a PDF. Like very, very detailed instructions, but super easy to follow. So that's actually saved in the pin post of the group if you do need a little bit more help. I think we'll answer anybody's questions.
So Whitney says, what type of questions would you recommend asking if you want to reconnect with people that haven't ordered in a while? So Whitney, I think a lot of the questions, regardless, are the same. We're wanting to know what are they struggling with, right? So what health concerns are they struggling with? Because most people who aren't ordering, one of two things happened. They didn't get the results they wanted from their oils, so they don't see any value in continuing to order. Or B, they don't understand that we're a lifestyle company and that we have all these other products to offer them that they can replace their current products with, right? So staying focused around what are their health concerns, how can you resolve those for them? What products are they currently purchasing that you can replace? So a lot of the questions we already talked about earlier in the video, I would put in there. And then in order to entice them to respond, again, I would offer like a week of free samples in regards to the answers that you're getting, right? So the inactive person says that they're struggling with digestive issues and sleep, and they tell you a couple of things that they buy frequently that they would want to replace. Before you even go into the LRP conversation, I would make the consult, send them the samples, see how that result goes. Then you talk about possibly ordering those products. And then when we talk to them about ordering those products, we talk to them about ordering it on LRP, because you've also already told me that you buy blah, 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 blah. So you can replace those things through your LRP and also buy full size items of the products that I sent you in your sample, right? Yes, Val, want to get in your group. Okay, yes, we'll get you guys all in Val's group, don't worry. Love Lisa Zimmer handouts. Yep, love Lisa Zimmer too. Game-changing info. Yep, I know. My mind was kind of blown too, you guys. So game-changing, amazing. I love this. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. This is amazing and brilliant. Teach them to be empowered by showing them that you're learning together. Exactly. Yeah.
I also think that's like a bar of professionalism for you as well. Like, that person's going to get such good service from you that they're going to tell people about it. Like, when somebody asks about stuff, whatever they're using for their headaches, that person's going to be like, you should talk to my friend Mandi. She will she'll tell you exactly what you need for all of the things that you want to fix. I think it can be really game changing for your whole business and service.
Yeah. Lacey Franklin says, do you send 1 month of the plan at a time? So Lacey, for somebody who's not enrolled, who we're hoping to enroll, they're going to take our quiz. We're going to send them just 1 month of protocol to show them how they could potentially use the suggested products, right? Not 3, just 1. For people who just enrolled and already have a kit coming to them, we're going to send them a 3-month protocol. You might have hopped on late, but Val showed us that 3-month protocol with suggested items to replace, suggested items to purchase, and details on how to use their products for 3 months to address their main concerns. Yeah, Maria says, so brilliant for prospects, new people, engaging in octaves. Yep. Let's see.
What I would recommend on inactives, if you're going to start this, or anybody who is already enrolled, don't send them all at once. Because if you get 30 back, you got to do 30 things at once, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. When I first started going through my whole tree with this, I was sending out 5 a day and maybe getting 3 of those back. And that way I could do those that next morning. It wasn't so overwhelming. Most of mine to do their console only takes 10 or 15 minutes. I've had a few people that I think they've clicked every single checkbox, and theirs might take me a half an hour. But if you're going to do the whole inactive thing, I'd recommend going in steps and highlighting like parts that you want to work on first. Like maybe you want volume here to build to a rank. Maybe you want power 3. Like, start with where you need it, but don't do it all at once so you don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, absolutely. Belina says, is this being recorded? Yep, when we hop off, this whole recording will be posted into the group for you. Lacey says, what wording would you use to reach out to a current customer to ask them to take the quiz and get this going if you haven't been supporting well? So somebody who's already enrolled, not ordering is what I'm understanding, Lacey. So I would say something like, hey, I'm reaching out to some of my customers just to make sure they're getting the most out of their doTERRA membership. I created this survey. If you could fill it out for me, I can send you a week's worth of free samples to try. Or you can be really vulnerable with people. I've said this before too, like, hey, I realized that when I first started my doTERRA business, I wasn't the greatest at getting people supported right away. Right? I realized I dropped the ball with you. I'd love to be able to offer you some of the support and resources that I have now for my team and customers. If you fill out this survey that I created, it will give me a better idea of what support and resources you'll need from me, right? Something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
So I have, mine's very similar. I actually have some of those scripts in that Google Doc. It walks you through everything, but I have one on there. It says, for those already enrolled that you need to re-engage with. This is literally exactly copy and pasted that I sent to somebody. Morning, Jamie. I want to take a second to reach out to you and ask how things were going with your oils. If you're feeling a bit lost or unsure on how to best use them for your needs, I'm doing wellness consults in August, and I'm offering a gift for you after we talk through it. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll send you a link to a survey. It takes less than 5 minutes to complete, and then we'll schedule a time to chat and walk through your responses. I'll mail you your present after we do so. Let me know how that sounds. And I think for the re-engaged people, it is going to be easier if you do try to get them on a call, because you're going to need to like really talk through like getting them on LRP. I think for the brand new people, it'll actually be easier to get them on LRP from the get-go with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we have quiz samples? Yep, Monique, those are all in Val's group. And the Live Guide feels salesy. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. Confusion is the death of success. Simple, easy to follow guides for your customers are critical. Thank you for sharing your secrets. So you're printing and mailing it, says Selena. No, we are just emailing it or texting it. They are responsible for printing it on their side if they want to print it. Let's see. This is a game changer. Thanks for sharing. I can hardly wait to put this into action. I can't wait to share this with my team. This is great for networking. Yeah. So Val, do you want to talk about somebody on your team used this at a table event, right?
Yeah. So, and I actually, I haven't done this yet, but I'm planning to next weekend. I have a vendor event. She actually, mine's somewhere else. She printed out her consult, like one that was done for somebody, and she put it in plastic sleeves or laminate it so it's safe. And you can put one of those little ring things in it, and you can have a sign-up sheet that says, write your name down and your name and number for your free wellness consult. And then you text them and you have something to follow up with. Now, I've been thinking about this. My venue won't be the right place, but if you had an iPad and let's say you're in a banquet hall that has Wi-Fi, you could have a really quick survey on your table with your iPad that somebody enters their name, their phone number, and checks their top health concerns. And that's all you really need. You don't have to have anything super expansive. But then you've already got their name and number right in there. You have, when you follow up with them, it's not going to be a surprise, like, you know, the whole giveaway stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't get a whole lot of responses back from those people. And I think that what this will do, it will eliminate the people who just want to win the free thing. And it will really let you work with the people who are really interested, because they know it does take time. And the way that you did your video yesterday, Mandi, how you just sent them a text back first, I think that would work well with the vendor people to see if they respond to you. That way you're not putting in a ton of time doing one of these first. Make sure that person's still interested, make sure they were really interested in the first place, and then you can do your consult with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So she had an example, right, of this consult on the table, guys. So people that came by could see that and were like, oh, wow, this is really cool, right? I want one of these. And then there's a sign-up sheet. They sign up. We send it back. The other thing about shifting mentalities, right? We talked in the beginning of this video about shifting mentalities around spending and LRP spend, and how we're not actually asking people to spend more money. We're just asking them to allocate their current budget differently, right? The other like aha moment I had around shifting our thinking or our mindset is around protocols, right? And how specific and detailed they need to be, and how people really like instructions. If you go to the doctor and the doctor writes you a prescription and you go to the pharmacy to go and pick it up, what happens? They make you talk to the pharmacist, right? And the pharmacist tells you, are you taking anything that would interact with this? Do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do that? Don't drive cars when you take this, blah, blah, blah. You know, take one a day for 14 days, or three times a day. There's a very specific way they instruct you to use that drug to address your issue, right? If we are not as specific or more specific than your doctors and your pharmacists are, then we are not doing our customers the proper service of explaining to them how to use these products the right way, right? We are addressing health concerns the same way that doctors and medical professionals are, right? We are helping them to overcome many times chronic, lifelong issues that they've had for a long time. They need to know specifically and step by step what they have to do. It can't just be, oh, Digestin is great for your digestive issues. Great. So what do I do? Like slather my whole bed in it, or do I put it in my eye? Like, they don't know. We feel like they know because we feel like that's common sense, but it's not. It's not common sense, right? So this type of protocol and this type of detailed explanation is critical to get them not only to use the oils, but to be able to have the results that we know they can have. We know the oils work. We know that it can be life-changing, but if we're not giving them the directions to have that life-changing result, that's how we lose them. They stop ordering, they go inactive, and they just don't see the value in it, right? Because that's our fault. That's not their fault. That's our fault that we didn't do that the right way. So I'm super excited about this, and I cannot wait to start sending it to all my new customers. Actually, the people who I have personally enrolled for the last 3 months, I sent it to all of them yesterday, and I just said, hey, I may have missed the boat a little bit with you, last month or the month before, whatever, when you got enrolled. Sorry, I forgot to send this to you. And I texted it to them, right? So they don't even know that I just now came up with it. I'm just like, oh man, I totally forgot to send this to you, back when you enrolled, whatever. And so I'm collecting those responses now. But I know that Val had shared with me when we talked, this has helped exponentially with your LRP rates, right? With getting people on LRP.
Okay, I was in Diamond Club when this all started. So when you're in Diamond Club, it's like having the time to do all the classes and all the traveling, and then all of the follow-up that you should be doing is hard. So this was a really, really good way for me to do the follow-up when I was in Diamond Club. And my LRP rates have, summer is hard for one. Like, summer is the hardest time to nail people down to begin with. But I mean, I know this is working because I'm qualified for incentive trips and all of these things that I thought were so out of reach for me. And you earn points for that stuff based on LRP rate. I met a lady on a plane, and I sent her the survey link. This was earlier this month, and she did the survey. She enrolled from the survey. She's already told me that LRP sounds great since there's no order minimum. And I'm super excited because I think, it doesn't matter who the customer is. It could be your best friend. It could be somebody you met on a plane. I think this serves everyone really, really well. And I think that really this is just the beginning of how we're going to see kind of how this plays out for everybody and what it does for their teams, what it does for your enrollment rate, your LRP retention rate, all sorts of different things, and just the way that you are supporting your people too, and knowing that you're supporting them.
I already actually called into my account manager, and I spoke with him for about 45 minutes yesterday about all of this. And I said, this is really critical and important that doTERRA corporate understands this is a huge missing piece of the puzzle. If I had a way to collect this information in my back office through an existing doTERRA tool, I would, but we don't have it, right? So right now we can do it on our own through free services like SurveyMonkey or Google surveys or whatever. But I told him, this is a huge component that you for sure need to bubble up to IT. If I had a survey that I could create in my doTERRA back office, send the link to my customers, and then it would collect that information and save it in my back office for me, that would be amazing, because then I can have just all my doTERRA stuff in one spot, right? And I'm not, again, I'm not an IT person or a computer person from that perspective, so I don't know how complicated that is for them to implement, but the feedback is there, and they know and see how effective this could be. So corporate definitely sees it and feels it, and I provided the feedback. If you guys want to provide the feedback, please do. But I think it would be awesome if we had something like this provided from doTERRA. But in the meantime, when we don't, we got to create it on our own, right?
Yeah, and it's super easy too. Like if it's this easy for us to create, you would think it would be easy for doTERRA, but we know doTERRA's IT sometimes struggles. Yeah, I don't know. Any other questions?
I'm checking in the comments. Nope, nothing that I can see that's like life-changing. I dropped a link to Val's group in the comments, but when I hop off of this live, I'm going to edit the description under this video. So I'm gonna link her group in the main, whatever this is called, description of the video. I don't know, whatever. Again, I'm not super techie, you guys. So I'll edit that.
So, yeah,
I'll edit that so it'll be up at the top for you guys. I will put, if you get in her group, that's where you can see the examples of her quizzes. I'll put some links there for the examples of my quizzes too. Please, if you click my links, look at them. Do not take it because as much as I love you guys, I don't need all of your guys' responses to my quizzes saved in my thing, okay? So if you click my links, go ahead and look at it. You can copy my questions, do whatever you want, but please don't take the quiz.
Mine too, please. I've actually think I've had a few people do that through my group, and they'll leave like the name part blank. But like, you know, I go in there, I think I have a new survey, and then it's like nothing. But and any other questions as far as building the survey, scripts on what to text people, how to edit PDFs, like I have one free PDF on my website. I have probably 15 paid versions, and they only range from $7 to $16 if you get the bundle. So it's not anything super expensive. It's something you can reuse over and over again, but you can make your own. You could do Word document. If you're tech savvy and you want to make your own PDFs, you can do that too. But all of that and how to edit PDFs is all in the Google Drive that's on my group, and it's in the pin post. So it should answer a lot of questions all right there. And even how to make a clickable link, how to, I forget, I don't know. There's a million different things in there, but it addresses all of the concerns, I think, because I keep adding to it as they come in.
Yep. All right, guys. So we're going to hop off. I hope you guys found this information valuable. I hope you guys think that Val's pretty freaking amazing like I do. And if you guys have any other questions about this stuff, feel free to pop it in the comments and we'll try to keep up with it and make sure that we get those answered for you guys. The best resource though is going to be to pop over into Val's group. Like she said, she's got tutorial videos, step-by-steps, everything in there for you guys, okay? So I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday weekend. If you're here in the US, we have holiday weekend this weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon or see you guys at convention, right? Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Mandy.